The man had a gun aimed at my wife's face, hands shaking, eyes wild with overblown self-importance, right there in our front yard, all because she'd jogged past the HOA clubhouse without ID. What he didn't know, and what I'd have paid to see dawn on his smug face, was that the woman he was threatening with a cheap knockoff pistol was Major Lauren Brooks, a Delta Force operator back from a classified mission just 48 hours earlier. Her field gear was still in the duffel, and here she was, facing a wannabe security guard gripping his weapon sideways like he'd learned it from a low-budget action flick. I knew she could have disarmed him with a twig and a shoelace, but she gave him a chance to back off. He didn't take it. That's when things got real. We'd moved to Cedar Grove Estates for peace. Ironic, considering Lauren once neutralized a bomb in a sandstorm while freeing captives from a warlord's compound. She craved quiet, a place to jog, tend a garden, maybe raise a few chickens. I'm a cybersecurity geek, happy with a basement and fast Wi-Fi. We thought we'd found the perfect spot, a secure, family-friendly community just outside the city. The brochures gushed about tranquility and neighborly spirit. They didn't mention vigilante golf cart patrols playing soldier. The red flags were subtle at first. Black golf carts lined up outside the HOA clubhouse, labeled Community Safety Unit, in bold white letters like SWAT, if SWAT needed cup holders and pinwheel decals. One had blue lights zip-tied to the roof. I thought it was a quirky parade gimmick. Wrong. These folks were deadly serious, ticketing residents for walking dogs off-leash on their own lawns. We stayed low-key our first week. Lauren, fresh from deployment, organized the garage and installed perimeter cameras. Habit, not paranoia. I buried myself in code, ignoring the weirdness piling up. The HOA president, Patricia Newell, knocked on day one, laminated badge, 2 clipboards, a smile that screamed, "Don't question me." She offered 24/7 availability for community needs and handed us a 70-page rulebook. I skimmed it, half laughing, until I saw entries like no outdoor laundry drying, grass not to exceed 2.5 inches, and my favorite, residents must not appear threatening during recreation. When I asked what threatening meant, Patricia's smile tightened. You'll know it when you see it. Red flag number 1. Lauren, ever the diplomat, thanked her like she hadn't just spent a month dodging sniper fire. Her knack for blending in, defusing tension with a nod, made day 8's chaos all the more jarring. It started like any morning. Lauren in sneakers and a hoodie, earbuds in, out for a jog. I was sipping coffee, debugging a client's server, when our street-facing camera pinged. Expecting a delivery, I saw 2 safety unit golf carts blocking the road. Lauren stood between them, hands slightly raised, a stocky man in a tactical vest pointing a pistol at her, yelling. I dropped my mug, sprinting out barefoot. I got there as 2 more officers flanked him, mimicking authority despite their confusion. Lauren was calm, breathing steady, eyes locked on the gun. I caught her subtle hand twitch a warning to stay back. The gunman, Officer Ron Vance, ranted about suspicious jogging, no ID, and non-compliance with HOA security. I blinked. Who jogs with a badge? Lauren's voice was level. Are you law enforcement? Vance puffed up. We're HOA security higher than city cops here. A faint smile crossed Lauren's lips, the kind she saved for foes who didn't know they'd already lost. She gave him one last out. Sir, lower your weapon for your safety. He didn't. In a blur, the gun skidded across the pavement, and Vance was face down, arm pinned in a textbook hold. Lauren hadn't even flinched. The Real police arrived minutes later. Vance and his crew wailed about assault and defying HOA authority. The lead cop glanced at Lauren's credentials. Pinaga Nishidan nodded. Ma'am, you're free to go. Vance's team wasn't so lucky. Patricia, arriving to find her star officer humbled, looked like she'd swallowed a lemon. That should have ended it. It didn't. Patricia declared war not just on Lauren, but us both. She didn't know she was tangling with a woman who trained elite soldiers and reclaimed villages in war zones. Patricia thought she ruled Cedar Grove. Lauren had liberated towns. The emergency HOA meeting was set for 7 p.m. By 6:30, Cedar Grove looked like a block party. Lawn chairs, coolers, popcorn, even tacos. Teens live-streamed it. Patricia stormed into the clubhouse, khaki vest dripping with HOA pins, Bluetooth headset like she was directing a moon landing. A whiteboard screamed emergency response plan, with stick figures, a threat actor, devil horns included, and a heroic defender resembling Vance, but with Rambo's biceps. Patricia opened with drama. Neighbors, I regret to report a violent attack on one of our guardians. She called them guardians, not volunteers, like they were NATO peacekeepers. Vance slouched on stage, arm in a sling, looking like he'd eaten bad sushi. I raised my hand. Yes, Mr. Brooks, Patricia sneered. When did jogging with a smartwatch become grounds for armed confrontation? The room chuckled. Patricia didn't. It unraveled when hacked bodycam footage surfaced. A team pulled it from Vance's cloud sync device. The video was undeniable. Lauren jogging calmly, Vance screeching up in his golf cart, drawing a gun, and Lauren disarming him with surgical precision. Silence followed. Someone muttered, "She should run the HOA." Patricia rambled about unauthorized footage and deep fakes, but the crowd wasn't buying it. Neighbors demanded audits. Questions flew. Where were the dues going? Within days, Lauren launched Operation Green Lawn, a campaign of pure facts, flyers exposing HOA spending, signs mocking Patricia's rules, door-to-door chats armed with proof, not anger. Patricia flailed fines, threats, overnight bylaws. Nothing stuck. Lauren moved with a field commander's patience, dismantling Patricia's empire like she'd peeled apart enemy supply lines. When a federal audit hit, triggered by Lauren's detailed reports, Patricia's reign collapsed. There were more antics, golf cart chases, courtroom drama, Patricia's desperate livestream rants, but that's for another day. Now, Cedar Grove is calm. Kids bike freely, gardeners plant without rulers measuring grass. Lauren jogs every morning, no patrols. No threats, just the rhythm of sneakers. Patricia? Last I heard, she's hawking condos in Nevada. When you try running a dictatorship in a neighborhood with real heroes, you don't just lose, you get disarmed, politely and professionally, by Delta Force.